Hello YouTube. In this video we're going to review the Camlin high quality drawing pencils. Alright, let's get a close-up of the box. Drawing pencils, HB, 2B, 3B, 4B, 6B, 8B. Pretty much the range that the majority of pencil artists need, including myself. Camlin high-quality drawing pencils. Finest crystalline graphite lead. Camlin Kokuyo. Then in the back it says application, the HB for drawing and writing, the B and the 2B, drawing and writing. Then you come down to 2B to 10B, they say for sketching and artist work, and from H to 6H to hard pencils for lithography and carpentry. Well, you can use all these for drawing. Pre-sharpened pencils, finest crystalline graphite lead for smooth glide, perfectly graded for desired results. And where are they from? Mumbai, India. Okay, so we get 6 pencils in here. Let's go ahead and open these up. My box got a little banged up in shipment, but it took weeks for it to get here. Now that it's here and just barely survived, let's get it all out. Alright, well that's called pre-sharpened, folks. There you go, pre-sharpened. And kind of take a look at some of these. The pre-sharpened are pretty horrendous. The wood feels a little cheap. Yeah, the sharpening is not that good on any of these. Look at that. That's horrid. Here's a piece of the lead that came off of that pencil. We'll just chuck that. So they say pre-sharpened, but I wouldn't advertise that. Pre-sharpened. How about pre-mutilated? Boy, take a look at that. Somebody was having dart practice with these puppies. Okay, well, sharpening aside, what about the aesthetics? Alright, well, they're all basically painted the same. Well, they are painted the same. So we'll just take a look at one of them here. And it's kind of like a camo type of paint job. And it says Camlin high quality drawing pencils. There you have your Kokuyo Camlin Ltd. and HB written there, and let's see, here would be in gold, and then here would be in white. When it says fine crystalline graphite lead, then they go with the grade in white, and then the grade in gold. So whatever color lettering they used here, they just went all the way to the end. Pretty cheap process to do it that way, but hey, you know what? They didn't cost that much. And the wood itself seems very cheap. We're gonna sharpen these with get a real sharpen on these, and then we'll see how well the wood holds up. And we'll also know if these leads are centered, because if we don't get an even sharpen on these, then we're going to know that they're not really centered. And then we'll go ahead and do a shading test with a few of these and see how they measure up. But so far, first impression is pretty much just kind of cheap, you know, inexpensive. Not exactly what I call high grade stuff, but let's not kill it just yet. Let me go get me a sharpener here. Okay, we're going to use the Helix, very dependable sharpener. And we'll go ahead and start sharpening. We'll sharpen all of them because some of the lead is softer than others because it goes all the way up to, it looks like, okay, we got HB, then we have 2B, or not 2B, 3B, I'm holding the 4B, 6B, and 8B. So let's do the HBs first. Let's do the harder ones first. All right. Okay. So I'm going to have to retract on the wood part. The wood seems to be okay on these. So basically, however they're sharpening their pencils is chewing up the wood. And here, with a really good high quality sharpener, we get a nice polished finish here on this wood. It looks better. It's not exactly a centered piece there, but it's not too bad. We'll go ahead and do the rest of these. This is the 2B. And there's the 2B. So that's sharpened okay. See which one is 3B. Let's get the 3B in there. Got a little mess happening here. Let's make sure this guy is taken care of. By the way, nice sharpener, in case you want to know. There you go, another long point, the 3B. Much better centering of that one than that first one I did. 4B. There's the 4B. Okay, you can see got way too much wood on one side there than over here, so the lead's a little off in relation to the shaft of this pencil. Oh, and 6B. All right, well that doesn't seem to be that seems to be taking way too much time. All right, but there you go, 6B. It's a thicker core, so you got a longer tip on that. But look at the difference now after sharpening the pencil. I mean, that's how much I had to chew off on this thing to get it sharpened. What a shame. And the 8B, which came mutilated as well. Hopefully it doesn't eat up the whole pencil before sharpening. Looks like it is. Bigger core ones, and here we go. There's your 8B, and yeah, I'll line them all up here, and you can see that after I sharpen them, my two softest pencils with the biggest cores are the two shortest now. First sharpening of these pencils. So that's a little bit of disappointment there. Now for some drawing paper. Paper's getting all mutilated. Look at that. I can still use it. Okay, let's see how these things, let's see how they shade here. Start off with the HB pencil. What are those? I'm not sure. Probably nothing. Okay, and let's see, that was HB, then let's go with 2B. I noticed that I'm holding the pencil all the way in the back like I normally do. Okay, not sure if you can notice any kind of change in tonal quality there. Let's go with the next one, 3B. I hope we get some kind of change here pretty soon. The feel is not silky smooth like my high quality pencils would be. It's kind of mildly abrasive in the feel. And the changes of shades are way too subtle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the Mitsubishis here, for example, and I'll do it right below here with the same degree of pressure, which is virtually nothing, because all I'm doing is I'm just holding the back of the pencil and just doing the regular stroke here. From top to bottom, just going like that. Now this one's smoother, and I would expect it to be, being a 4B. I'm just puzzled as to, I mean, I know it's a softer pencil, but if I mean, where's the gradations here? Well, let's go to 6B. So far, these pencils are like requiring pressure in order to give you any kind of real tonal difference. Now the 6B is clearly, well, it's mildly different than the other ones leading up to this. Okay, you can tell a difference between that and these other four. And then we have the 8B. Let's see how we do with the 8B. Okay, and I think the 8B is coming in a little bit darker than the 6B, and it's going down a lot smoother and faster, which is to be expected. Alright, well, there you go. HB, 2B, 3B, 4B, 6B, and 8B. Now let's use something for comparison here, because it seems a little bizarre to me that I'm not getting a much more drastic change. Okay, holding in the back as usual. Let's start with the HB. We'll try to make it the same width so we can just compare top and bottom. Okay, so far everything looks normal, or the same I should say. Now to get a 2B, see if my 2B comes out any different than this HB did. Well, may not be that surprising after all, I guess. Okay, only mildly different there. 3B. Probably should sharpen these. They're kind of dull. Okay, it's 3B. This is why I do a comparison, because I want to be able to give a pencil a fair shake. Here's 4B. I'm kind of off in comparing it with the above here. I'm kind of moved a little bit. And then the 6. All right. So what that's telling me is that there's nothing odd about these Camlins so far. Okay, they're just fine. Now what I want to do is I'm going to get another sheet of paper here with a little more cushion underneath here. I didn't like writing with that cardboard back there. It kind of felt a little funky. And I'm going to use a little bit of pressure here because I do need to to define whether we have true differences here. So here's the HB. Now I'm going to do like the MB grading type thing where okay, it writes better when you have a pad underneath. Okay, this is the HB. Now with the HB, I'm doing the vertical strokes. Then I'm going to turn my paper around and do the, well, I guess it's going to be vertical again since I turned the paper around. But once I put it back to the way it was, it'll be horizontal lines. And all I'm doing is making sure that I've filled the tooth of the paper to the best I can without any kind of pressure. In other words, I should be able to easily erase this because I'm not pressing it into the paper. I'll do it diagonally. Okay, hitting something rough here in the lead. Okay, I feel I just hit like I snagged a rock or something in the graphite. Okay, that's not a good thing. I'm hitting a hard spot in the graphite. It's very very rough, like sandpaper. Okay, and then this way. I'm going to color that in here. I guess color, I'm going to shade it in. Let's just say shade it in. And then just make sure that I filled up that tooth really nice. I did not like hitting that little clay piece inside the lead. That to me wasn't too cool, but oop, did it again. I don't know if you can hear it, but it kind of hits a patch of clay inside the lead, as we call it, lead, even though it's not lead. Alright, so that's the HB, and now compared to the HB from the MB grading set here, the Mitsubishi Hi-Uni set. Now the first, I'll do the vertical. I love these pencils, the Hi-Uni that is. Just really nice, high quality. I could feel the difference. And you know, when you're going to be drawing for hours, you want to enjoy the tools that you're using. If you're not, then it becomes a chore and not a hobby, or not an enjoyable, relaxing experience. And every time I pick up this Mitsubishi Hi-Uni pencil and I use it for drawing, it's very relaxing to me because of how smooth it is, and I can tell that I'm drawing with quality, high quality. And that's something that's hard to describe to you know, you, the viewer, as to just the perception, you know, maybe it's psychological, biased, whatever the case may be, but it just has more of a glide to it to me. It's like the difference between using a writing with a black wing or writing with a Dixon Ticonderoga made in Mexico, which is horrid in my opinion. So, and I'm just, I'm actually, as I'm talking to you on this video, I would just be quite content to shut my mouth right now and just draw this patch of this rectangle thing here and just let my mind wander on to other things. It's that relaxing. I'm not presented with, clay bits that come out and kind of awake me from my slumber, bring me back to reality to realize that I am just scooting a pencil across a piece of paper while the world is passing me by. And I resent that of a pencil if it wakes me up from my drifting into another dimension or whatever. And yes, if you're wondering, I am rambling, but I am relaxed because I'm drawing with a very nice high quality pencil, the Mitsubishi Hi-Uni. High quality, I love these. Anyway, with that said, the Camlin appears to, in some spots here, and here, to be darker than, and then the rest of it is a match, which this is spottiness here, and a lot of this happened because it kept hitting some kind of hard clay spot in the Camlin's HB pencil. So the lead quality is not on par with the Mitsubishi. It is an okay pencil, and it is in the correct grade range here, as I can tell, but it just, to me, as a person who loves to draw with graphite, I'm not getting the kind of enjoyment from using these pencils as I am from this Mitsubishi, for example. But again, let's just continue. Let me just do now the 2B, and hopefully I don't run into any more clay pieces in there. Okay, now this is going on smooth. That's good. It's a good start. Made a little boo-boo there. Not sure how that happened. But anyway, that should get all blended in here. When I start going in the opposite directions and everything. Just doing the old, practicing the old stroke here. Okay, let's switch this around. Now the horizontal. Another good thing for practicing is to make sure that each of your strokes, you're going from down like this, from top to bottom and then lifting off the bottom. Try to get where they line up one after the other and practice to see if, that whether you can lay them down without any space between the strokes, which you're not always going to be able to do. I don't always do it. And you just kind of go back a little bit to fill in, but it's good practice. Okay, so far that is drawing really nice. Okay, so I'm much more impressed with the 2B pencil than I am with the HB pencil. I wasn't too thrilled about that HB pencil, and I figured the rest of them may prove to be just as chalky, but it's not appearing to be that way. The 2B is going down nicely. I'm already 3/4 of the way finished on this, and it's lighter than its HB to the left, so I'm not too optimistic that this 2B is going to come in darker than the HB of the same pencil set. I'll color that in. I say color, but it's not color. I'm not coloring. But anyway, okay, so let's see if we can get this. Okay, I am able to get it a little darker. So going in this direction, there's still some tooth to fill in the paper. As you can see, it is getting darker, so that's good. And you keep rotating that pencil so you always have a sharp point. Okay, I'm going to try to add some more graphite here just to see if I can without pressing. None of this there's no pressing going on here at all. I'm not doing any pressing. I'm gliding. I'm letting the pencil use its own weight for the most part. And if there's anywhere for graphite to be picked up, any tooth to pick it up, it will. Okay, visually I'm a little disappointed, but wait until we do this one on the Mitsubishi before final judgment. But the HB, the 2B doesn't seem to be any darker than that HB pencil. Now I'm going to have to sharpen this, since these have been used so many times for the other videos. Okay, so now the 2B of the Hi-Uni. You see, like right here, I missed the stroke. So you try to see if you can get each stroke down right next to the other, just for practice. It's good for when you're laying down skin and things like that, or hair, whatever, to get your stroke down. Okay, that's it for that way. I'll go this way. Get the diagonals in. Conditioners going off here. That's what you're hearing out there on this video. And the last one here. Okay, and that's this is the HB, and this is the 2B. Alright, I think it's just with these two pencils alone, I think we see some contrast here. This appears slightly darker than this one, which is odd, but we'll call it pretty much a wash there. And then we see that here it's the same grade, but here the 2B is definitely a step up from the HB. So using the MB grading approach of filling in a rectangle, so far we can see that the normal grades of HB, so forth, are shown here with the Mitsubishi, but is not being shown or represented here with the Camlin pencil. So that's pretty disappointing. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to attempt to fill in every little nook and cranny that I can, but just in apples to apples testing, it's not really matching up too well in my opinion. And again, I have to be careful not to put any weight on this thing, just to come in here and try to get this thing darkened without pressure. It should just absorb the, make sure I'm using a 2B here. Yeah, I am. Okay, so I am able to get it a little bit better. Not a lot better, but a little bit better. Okay, has that improved any? Not much. Not much. Not much. Okay. I'm going to press hard. This is not how you want to draw though. Alright, and then I'm going to get that HB out here again. I can feel the clay in there. It's really bad. Okay, see, I can't really tell. Pressing down doesn't do a really good test. And it's also terrible because you're going to get all that, see, you get all that glare when you tilt it into the light. It's really bad. Whereas with the HB here, yeah, hate to press down on these pencils. And 2B. You can even hear it, sounds different. Yeah, it's darker than that. So, as you can see, folks, you know, are these good pencils? Yes, they're good pencils. I can definitely draw with them. I don't get the same sense of enjoyment drawing with these or shading with these. Especially the HB had the some grit in the graphite. The gradation seemed to be a little askewed here. I don't think they added as much of the graphite to clay ratio for their 2B as Mitsubishi did for their 2B. And the pencils came pre-mushed rather than pre-sharpened. They were pretty well chewed up on the end, so that's definitely a point off for advertising, you know, pre-sharpened, and then it looks like you know, they sharpened it by jabbing it into a concrete brick or something. And aesthetically, the appearance, the look, I'm not impressed. I think they're ugly. But overall, I would give these pencils a grade of, oh, C+. That's what I would give it, just C+. As opposed to A+ for a nice set like this from Japan, the Hi-Uni, the Mitsubishi Hi-Uni. So in comparison, it's a C+. Well, I think that's all I can say about these drawing pencils. If you have a choice, go for the higher quality stuff. But if you can grab a box for a couple of bucks or something, or, you know, someone gives them to you, well, that's fine, great. Take them, use them, give them away as gifts. But anyway, if you like this review, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. There's a little button right there. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.